Topspeed is sponsored by the Olympia Region Zeeveld, Corporate Fashion Industries, Jordans.nl, ASC Group and State of Art Menswear. Welcome to Topspeed and welcome to the racetrack of Assen in Holland, where I race in the Special Open Trophy, the final radical races of this year. And I say I race, and you're used to seeing Jeroen next to me, but he's ill, he cannot be here today, so I have to do it alone. And I may race today, I'm allowed to race in the new SR3, and that's a complete different car. Like the one I used to race over the last week. There was an SL with a 2-liter turbo engine, and now I'm racing the 1.5-liter Hayabusa engine without a turbo. It's much more responsive, and today when it's icy, it's a new experience, a complete new experience for me. We've been training and it was slippery like hell. So I wonder what's it going to be today. After racing the whole season in the Seeker Sports Car Challenge, Jeroen van den Heuvel and I had the privilege to race the Radical SL twice at Zandvoort and during the 24-hour race of Zolder. Today I raced the final races of the Open Special Trophy at the TT track of Assen in Holland. Not only the Radical is a fast race car, but also during practice and qualifying it was very icy today.
I noticed that, but yeah, we put the rain tires on it, and yeah, that's go much better than the slicks. And for the 5-time place, no, I think it's all right.
It is not ice, but it feels like it when you're in the car, though, particularly on slicks. Slicks is not the way to go in the beginning. No, it's 2 degrees outside, and with the car with slicks with new tires, because we had a pretty tough race on the left and the left rear tire and the left front one, because there's so many right-hand corners. Yeah, then when you are coming out, you think you're driving really on ice. Yeah, it was beautiful though if you got a little bit of temperature, but it takes a while. Patience is an ugly thing where you're a race car driver.
Roger Houdinius is one of the favorites for the victory today, but he was the first one finding out how slippery the track was during practice.
I was on a straight and new tires, wet conditions, and a little bit on the throttle, and the car came.
We had an onboard camera at Roger's car during practice, and here we can see how careful the experienced driver is in the corners. The speed isn't even like in a normal warm-up lap. Jurgen van Hoven passes a little faster, but is also very careful. At the straight, Roger hits the throttle, assuming that it's safe there. But there comes a slide bend, and there it goes wrong. Roger is lucky not to totally crash his car, and although he's got fast mechanics, it's not sure he will make it to the start of the first sprint race.
Wet conditions, slippery track is good for me, but well, not today, obviously.
You're gonna make it for the first race?
Hopefully, the guys are working hard, so hopefully we will.
Roger's car is not ready in time, so we see him in the second race of today. Henk Thuis races the SR8 with a V8 engine with 470 horsepower on only 680 kilograms. And he has the best papers for winning the races today. Here we go. It's a little warmer now, but still the tarmac is cold and it's quite tricky. But nobody goes on rain tires anymore, because this morning it was really slippery. So I don't think I will be in the top 3, but just bring it home safe. After racing the SR3 SL with a 2-liter Ford Eco turbo engine, today it's my first time in the more aggressive SR3 RS, which has a Hayabusa engine. So I have to get used to racing a car which reacts different from the Seeker sports car in which I've been racing the whole season, but also reacts different from the Radical SL, which I've been racing over the last 3 races. Rolling start from the cockpit of Tim van Gogh, who's in 3rd position. In front of him Henk Thuis in the red Radical, and on the left it's Jurgen van Hoven in the Ligier. Thuis is fast, but Tim van Gogh is overtaken by Kokopian on the right and Rob Freins on the left there. Van Hover behind Henk Thuis. The combination of the first 5 corners at Assen is very technical, but you can win or make up seconds here if you take them in the right way. Van Hover is doing very well here, but at the straight Thuis takes off. I've been very careful during the icy qualifying, so I start in between of the Westfields and in front of me the Lotus Evora. Benny Goossens in the is behind the Westfield battling with the KTM Expo. Westfield takes the inside corner, but the KTM stays on his line and immediately takes back the position. Also Goossens stays on his line and profits of the 2 cars battling. Here he's passing the Westfield. And now the KTM is defending Goossens. Stays on the inside and again Goossens decides to follow his own line. And there you see the KTM coming out wide because of taking the inside line, and Goossens wins 2 positions. Jürgen van Hover really struggling there, got some understeering. You can see that he's watching the car behind him, and that's Rob Freins who's on the outside. And there Van Hover is making a mistake and hits Freins. Both cars are out. Henk Thuis leading the race. For him, no competition today. After a few laps my tires are warm and I start to know the car. And over the board radio my team tells me that I can speed up. For me my race starts now, and after overtaking the Lotus there are some Westfields for me to catch up. With a radical you can brake really late, and what I have to learn now is how to handle the throttle in the corners and coming out of the corners. Still driving careful in the new car, I managed to overtake 5 Westfields and bring the car back as promised in one piece. Henk Thuis in his last lap in the Radical SR8. He can take it easy now with no cars behind him and 2 more races to go. But the first one is his. Also Kokopian did well, he finishes 3rd. But Henk Thuis was too fast for everybody.
Second part of the race, it was a little bit difficult because the tires were getting a little bit too hard, so too much pressure. And so it made it like a little bit difficult, but overall, it's a very good race and the conditions are fine. It's dry, so what else can we do?
But the big issue still is the temperature of the tires now.
But it's very difficult with this weather. It's now about 6 degrees, so normally you get very quickly you get temperature in the tires. But now we don't, and so it's you struggle a little bit, but that makes racing exciting.
Finishing second made Tim van Gogh very happy.
Yeah, of course. This morning the track was very icy, slippery. Personally, I thought it was a little bit dangerous, but we had a lot of fun, so that's all that matters in the weekend.
But this was a good race for you.
It was a very good race. Lap times were, I think, pretty good. So yeah, I'm satisfied.
The mechanics of Roger Houdinius fixed the problem so he can race again.
Just in time, yeah, made it for a couple of minutes. Checked the car, everything worked fine. So
Because you did 2 minutes of the race?
2 minutes of the race.
Just to check.
Just to check. And yeah, car was pretty good, so hopefully we'll get a good result in race 2.
Every time I'm amazed how fast you guys work.
We do our best.
Thank you. He does his best. Win. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. While having lots of fun every race day, all racers know that without the help of the mechanics and the marshals, they would not be able to race. But we just expected Wim Kutte to explain how he fixed the problem, and obviously for him it was much less complicated than it looked like for us. For me, this is what racing is all about. Working with a team, trying to achieve the best, but in the meantime having fun. Houdinius is back and I try to do better in sprint race 2. Well, I went from 16 to 9, so that's not bad because the first part of the race I did it really careful. I don't know the car, the circumstances are difficult, but slowly my tires got warm and then I started to get the pace. And I'm in starting position 9 now. I come from 16, so if I can go up to 6, it would be really good for me. But more important are my lap times and stability in my lap times.
The temperature has dropped. It looks like we have changed also a little bit some things on the car to get better temperatures in the tire. We had pole in the morning in time practice. I won the first race. Second race, I think is going to be a little bit difficult. Guys are all very fast, but we give it the best. We go out flat out as usual. 680 kilos, 475 horsepower. There you go on a Sunday.
I hope it stays dry. Some dark clouds are on the sky. First race, third place. I hope the second race for the same result.
According to the weather and the clouds I see in front of me, I hope it stays a bit dry. And for the rest, I hope to stay with the front three and make my race from there on.
Well, second race, we got the car fixed, so that's great. And hopefully we'll have some fun. Get past these cars pretty soon and then get into some nice fights. That would be great.
Henk Thuis on pole, Wim van Genderen second, Co Koppie third and Benny Goossens there in fourth position. We'll be back after the break. Topspeed is sponsored by the Olympia Region Zeeveld, Corporate Fashion Industries, Jordans.nl, ASC Group and State of Art Menswear. Welcome back to Top Speed and welcome to the TT track of Assen, where the second sprint race in the Open Special Trophy just started, with a rolling start from the car of Benny Goossens in fourth position. This is Wim van Genderen in second position behind Henk Thuis. And on the right there is Co Koppie and that's close. Van Genderen near the track and Co Koppie is going into the next corner first. And Van Genderen staying wide, but yeah, he's still faster than Koppie. Thuis 1, second is Van Genderen, third Koppie and Benny Goossens going wide here is in fourth position. Back to the start from my car. I'm in 9th position and look at the Westfield. It's a 250 horsepower Westfield, very fast on the straight. And me braking later than Thierry Köhler on the left, and on the right of me is coming Jürgen van Hover, who also had to start from the back after his crash in the first race, going into the second corner, and there I get touched, slightly touched by, as we can later see, a Westfield. Again from the car of Roger Udanius, who also started from the back after his crash in the qualifying. I'm going off wide there with Thierry Köhler right behind me. I'm coming back in, and on the right of me there's the Westfield, and he's touching me slightly, and there I go with cold tires. Couldn't stop it anymore, and my starting engine brakes, so race is over for me. Udanius is behind Rob Freins, who also crashed in the first race with Jürgen van Hover. And Van Hover here is passing Benny Goossens. And I must say that Van Hover is a really good race driver. He's going behind Co Koppie now, so he's in fourth position, but he's getting closer. In second position it's Wim van Genderen, and on the right there you saw the nose of Co Koppie, and they're really in the battle. Up front it's Henk Thuis in this technical part of the racetrack, and there you see that the SR3s, while Thuis is making a mistake, that the SR3s are in the corners not really slower than, maybe even faster than the SR8, but on the straight it's got so much power that Thuis is gone. Here Van Hover is right behind Co Koppie, and he's waiting for the moment to attack. and probably there it's going to come. He will take the inside now, and there he goes. Coming through the inside and going onto the straight. In this race, Henk Thijs finishes first. Wim van Genderen is second, and Jurgen van Hoven is third. Wim van Genderen takes home a cup with a special color.
Wim, congratulations!
Yeah, I don't know why I also won the pink cup, but I'm really heterosexual, believe me.
I think I know why.
Yeah, no. You can pick it up in my tent later on if you want. No.
Better result than during the first race when I had a crash. Well, third place. I could have been second, but the tires were too far off, and I decided to just play it safe and stay second.
Second in the radicals, fourth overall, and yeah, no problem. I did my best, and no risk, and I think when I come out to finish, it's okay. And then I think the championship is now okay for the Belgium championship. I think it's enough.
And while Co Koppian takes his car and his cup back to the trailer, I visit Roger Houdinius to watch the onboard images of my crash. A crash with hardly any damage. There's a minuscule, very small scratch, so there's no damage. So all my hope is on race 3, which is about to start in a few minutes. So we're gonna change the starting engine and then we go again. But I got another experience in my racing career. Yeah. It's a shame. There's one more endurance race to go, but before Thierry Köhler introduces the latest radical production model.
It's in the series of the SR3, the SR2, 4, 5 and all the other numbers. Well, they made a new car, cheap engine, cheap tires.
What kind of engine?
Hayabusa, 200 HP. I believe from 0 to 0 in about 4 seconds.
So what is the target group for this car?
Young drivers and drivers who already had a touring car career, but they want to taste the Protos or downforce car.
Yeah, and with a Hayabusa 1300, it's really fast and affordable.
It is. We had some agreement that we didn't mention the price.
We're not allowed to, no.
But you can leave your Clio beside.
We go up to race 3.
Yes. Thank you.
Hope I finish now. The last race is not only the last race of today, but it's also the last race of the season. And it's getting dark soon.
Last race of the day, starting to get colder. The car is still in very good shape. I must say that I'm starting to get a little bit tired myself. So it's going to be hot. All the guys behind me are very fast drivers. But we give it a hell of a try. And it looks it's going to be a happy Sunday.
I'm in the last position, but still there's pressure because even though I'm in the last position, if I have a good start, I can win some positions. So let's see what's happened, because in the first race, I only started to gear up and go faster halfway the race. And now I can try to do it after 2-3 laps. So, but it's getting dark and I have my lights on, so we make the best of it. This is the last race of the season. We're on board with Mickey Bertram at the rolling start, and the cars can go full throttle when the red lights go off, but Bertram doesn't seem to care, because there he goes and only now the lights go off. Bertram leading the race, but he will for sure have to give back all the positions in the first lap, or he will get a drive-through penalty. Henk Thijs was on the right side there. Bertram goes wide, and this is one of the advantages of the wide circuit of Assen. You can make a mistake, but you can go back to the track quite easy. I have to start from behind after my spin in the second race, but after 2 laps I already found my pace and I'm faster now. Bertram still hasn't given back his position when Henk Thijs is passing him on the straight. The V8 is so fast on the straight, but in the corner Bertram is really strong. You can see the dark clouds coming there, and slowly it will be more and more difficult to see the apex and aim for what you're going for. And Thijs is leaving off here on the straights again. but Bertram is doing well. The day began on an icy track, which was new for me, and it ends, and also the whole season ends, with racing in the dark without any lights, but we hold on. And in the end, this is what we see, or you better say not see. So the race director stops the race 10 minutes earlier. Also here our season stops, and we hope to be back next year. The winner of the last race, again, is Henk Thuis, who was not afraid of the dark.
Yeah, so it was very close to 24 hours without lights, was it?
But this V8 is incredible, really incredible. It's almost Formula 1.
680 kilos, a V8 2.7, 475 kilos. It's amazing to drive that car. And I'll be very honest, I mean, I'll be winning 3 times today, but the car, if somebody else, like, you know, with more talent than I have, will drive it, it will be like incredible.
Unbelievable.
It's very, very fast.
Also for me, I had the privilege to drive the SR3 for the first time. And I must say it's a rocket as well.
Yeah, but you've done very, very well. I must say that the 4 events we have done together, and we've seen how you started, you were very careful. Now you're getting already a little bit snotty, you start cutting corners and stuff like that. So you have learned really a lot, and I think that if I look at it, I think the SR3 is a car which suits you very well.
Yeah, really.
The way you drive it. And
it's unbelievable. You can go full throttle in the corners. Unbelievable. You think, no, at first I thought, no, I never, ever make it. No. And then after 3, 4, 5 laps, you see it's going faster and faster and faster. So if I get my training and practice in this car for next season, I think it will suit me like a glove.
Tell you honestly, what happened this weekend, there was a guy, a nephew of Betty Bertram, Nori Bertram, yeah?
Mickey Bertram.
Nicky Bertram. Guy, I think he drove for the first time in it. You know what he did? I did a 39, and I was going like, yeah. He did in the SR3 1500 a 140.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So it's all to a driver. If you put the pedal down, the car will go. And I think that, you know, the whole package that Radical delivers, incredible.
But there's more, because if you want to experience driving the Radical, that's possible, because you have special days where people can get into the car and feel how it is, and maybe if they're interested, they can buy a Radical with you.
Look at our website, intrax.nl.
www.intrax.nl.
Yes.
You see it now.
Yes, and you know, people can ask us what we can do. What we do is we go Thursdays. We go to Zolder. We bring all our cars. If somebody wants to drive a specific car, because, you know, we have the new SR1.
Yeah, also, you saw it before. It's a nice car.
The new SR1 is a very, very nice car. Very quick. It's very light. 13, 14 engine. What we're trying to do with this car is have a step in for people, you know, like for little money and no slicks on it, so normal tires. So make racing cheap. It's a very nice starting car.
Henk, thank you very, very much for the nice season, the 4 races that we were allowed to do. We'll be back next season in the Radical again. Yeah. And thank you very, very much. This was Top Speed. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Top Speed is sponsored by the Olympia Region Zeeveld, Corporate Fashion Industries, Jordans.nl, ASC Group and State of Art Menswear.